Asus ROG Dreamleague live here from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios, and we are ready to hop into the first game of Alliance versus Navi. But first, let me show you which are the players that you can vote for our MVP of this specific series. The voting will start once the game actually started, so hold your horses right there. It is gonna be Dendy with Kappa face, but
if you put Kappa in the chat,
I don't know what it means.
It's all good.
But it will all be clear later, but it will be Dendy General, Loda, Hanskin, and Soneko. Keep an eye on chat because we will put the commands in there. Now let's hop into that draft and see what Alliance and Navi are going to do and show, because we have El Clasico. I didn't even mean for it to rhyme, but it rhymed.
That was pretty great, Cheese. Well done. Well, we got Sand King picked right out of the gate. Fob, you like Sand King, right?
Yep, probably the best hero right now. Bat Rider and Sand King, two of the most favorable heroes right now, but whoa.
How you gonna put in a Witch Doctor?
Witch Doctor first too, that's a big change up.
What's he doing there?
Yeah, what's he doing there?
I don't know, Witch Doctor is a pretty strange hero to go right out of the gate with. In some lineups he can be really good, the physical damage put out there, but at the same time, I have a hard time playing him when they have a bunch of stuns that don't need a single target. I mean, Sand King pretty rips him up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. Maybe they just like the hero. Maybe, I don't know. You can't really say anything about a Witch Doctor first too. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is. It's not specifically a counter towards anything either. So a little bit odd there, but we have a Lifestealer there as well. So you got the Sand King next, could also be a bomb combination. But you know, all these heroes apart from Witch Doctor are fairly standard.
Yeah, those three for sure. The Ogre Magi ban was probably the bit different. Alliance taking out the Chen, that's something that makes a lot of sense. Art style Chen.
Yeah.
He's pretty much not even a Chen. He's like 6 slotted at 30 minutes or 25 minutes every single game.
It's crazy actually. When Navi played it, when Team Ukraine played at WESG, our style was playing Chen. Every time they played Chen, they won. It was just hands down.
That was one of the games. It was 25 minutes, and I'm pretty sure he was 6 slotted. It was like Aghanims, AC, Hex. I was like, what the hell's going on?
He's so active on that hero as well. And I know he is also active on other heroes as well at the start of the game, and that's why normal people, they love to watch Artstyle play, because he's just creating fights all around, whether they go well or not. He does create them.
Do you guys like that ban technology that we have in the studio? When a hero gets banned, we literally put the tape over him every time. It helps us.
Oh.
On the Drow Ranger, over there. Poor Drow. No one's ever said poor Drow in the history of Dota.
I just did it though.
Well, you have a big heart. I hope every Drow dies. Wow, terrible hero.
I'm kind of with Jake on this one.
Yeah. You know the best feeling in Dota is winning a Drow game, because you know the Drow player never had fun to begin with, and they lost.
Yeah.
Most people just pick Drow for the easy win. They get to be miserable and lose. Great feeling. Anyway. Tangent over. We got Lifestealer, Sand King, and it's Sladar?
Sladar again.
That's a damn fish.
Good versus both heroes. It's a dire side, so having that potential of the Roshan's always good, and it's Loda on that team, so you have to pick Slardar just because Loda's there, right?
Absolutely.
I feel like he's played it on every composition of teams that he's ever played on. It was like, even back when he was on like Zenith, I feel like it's just like, you see Slardar picked and it's like Loda.
Yeah, I mean, Loda's really been stepping out, though. If you guys have missed the Alliance game so far, he's been carrying, and he has been a beast.
Yep.
You feel all that, like, rage that he's had supporting for the last couple of years, you know?
Supporting.
It's coming out.
Supporting as for a Mulog, yeah.
I mean, that's what I call it.
I know. But for in case some people are calling you, you know, dumb or something that you were thinking like Loda support.
No one would ever call me dumb. How? What? Wow. Second place at TI, people. I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
The Oracle ban, obvious, you know, for the Bat Rider, and Soneko probably plays one of the best Oracles in the world still.
Yeah. These are very respectable bans. These are like two samurai warriors coming at each other.
Who's picking actually for Navi? Can we see that?
Yeah, you can, if you can look up close. Yeah, you can move that close.
Get close.
Pick it up. I'm not going to mess something up.
This is a Asus product.
Just look at the cables.
Okay, so it is Dendy still.
That's great.
And Hanskin's drafting.
No, don't show our Asus product on. Oh, wait, it's
what?
The Asus ROG Dreamleague. Yes, it is. What a great product.
Yes.
We love it over here.
You know what's also a great product?
Do it, Sheever, do it. We got time. Hit it up.
It's the Asus ROG Strix. It is a GL702 VM with a full voltage i7, and that means that it's not a normal laptop CPU. No, it is actually a full voltage one, because normal laptops don't have full voltage i7s in there, guys. It's an i7 that is adjusted to have lower voltage, because they're laptop CPUs, but this is actually a proper CPU in there, and also it is the GTX 1060 in there, which is also a graphics card that is fully like you normally find in a CPU in a
This
PC.
is my favorite part of the show. If you ever mention the laptop, she just goes off for 5 minutes. It's like, it's great. Shiver, is that a laptop?
No, it's a portable gaming PC.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing. Whenever she says something dumb, just mention laptops and she's gone. It's amazing.
It's like a trigger, right?
It is a trigger. It's like mind control stuff. Anyway, Winter Wyvern. My classic question is, why would anyone pick this shitty hero?
Oh, no.
Seneko.
Seneko Wyvern. Oh, I did forget about that.
So Seneko Winter Wyvern, and on top of that, isn't Lumi is like he's playing this hero in pubs loads. This is like the hero that he thinks is like the next big thing again.
Oh boy, well if it's good enough for Lumi, it's good.
I know Peter was playing it too, PPD on his stream. He played it a couple times too.
I played it too. I mean, you know, PPD plays it. I played it.
I mean, in that case.
Oh my!
There it is.
There we go.
All right, we're seeing a lot of Pudge coming out lately, mostly in the support role, right?
In the support?
Support pool.
Support.
Doing a lot of positioning stuff, you know? And not so much go mid and carry, more get your boys out and get some people in. What do you think about it, Fox?
Interesting versus the Wyvern, too, because if he freezes someone, they can hook him out. If he ults somebody, if the Pudge is in proper position, he can hook that guy out of there, so he has...
When he hooks them,
pretty
though,
sweet versus Wyvern.
If it goes past other heroes, do they get sucked into the ult?
Only if they're in the radius. If they go past the radius, they might get sucked into it for a second, but then if they get pulled out of the radius, they start walking out of it again.
Damn, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Super strong.
It's cool. Why not? You can also, Witch Doctor ult and then hook your homie out, and the Witch Doctor ult keeps going from the distance.
Oh yeah, that's the play right there. We're definitely gonna see that, guys.
Definitely gonna see that one happen.
Definitely keep your eyes out for that play. Now, how pissed off is Dendy right now, right? I bet they've been working on their Pudge strats, and then Alliance is just gonna rob them. That's a classic Alliance strat: is take away Navi's good heroes. No?
Is it?
Yeah, it's classic, dude.
Is it? Yeah.
Some would say it's a classico strat.
But it is. Did you know? Did you know that it was actually Artstyle playing Pudge at TI1? It was, right?
At TI1, it was it was Artstyle, but they only picked it like.
They picked it in the finals, which was Artstyle.
In the finals, it was Artstyle. And then he was playing Puck, right?
So then he was playing Enigma
game.
So don't ruin history.
These games are something else. There was like 15 heroes in the pool.
Yeah, I know, but people are saying Denny Puck, but then it was Artstyle that won TI1 with it.
So.
Yeah, those are some interesting games. It's like, all right, guys, do we ban Lich or do we ban Windrunner in first two?
All right, guys, there's 2 more heroes left. Which one do you just want to ban? Flip a coin.
Those are some interesting days.
You can only ban 3 heroes, right? Or did you?
No, you had 5.
No, you definitely
didn't
have 5.
Oh.
You would know, Sheever.
I don't even remember anymore.
By the way, for people wondering what's happening right now, this is a past draft, as we are missing one of our drafters, I would imagine.
He quit. He rage quit. He saw Pudge and he's like, all right, these guys are dicks.
Someone's flipped the switch. So we're out, guys. We're out.
Jeez. All right, so Winter Wyvern I don't know. Why is she good? Ever.
There we go.
There we go. So Murata left in the full steal. That's always one of the safer picks.
Answer. No one.
Why Winter Wyvern? Maybe they just. I don't really see any huge reasons specifically for it, but maybe he just wants to be able to pressure. Maybe he's gonna go for some courier snipe.
A Winter Wyvern?
He just likes the hero.
I like Winter Wyvern because against Bet Rider you can cold embrace the target that is dragged. Yeah. So that's great. And then Slardar basically doesn't do much. You can stun, but your right click doesn't really do anything. I like it because you can push out the waves real fast. So you have got some counter push going. Depending on how fast the game goes, you can slow the game down. It's great for harassing in lane as well, even though it costs you a lot of mana with the Arctic Burn.
Yeah, it does
and
block
if you're
a lot of
getting very
damage.
fat, then you get Arctic Burn all the time or something like that.
Oh,
that's amazing.
That actually is super good when you ever get it, but I don't think I've ever seen a Seneko actually go for that.
I don't think so either, but I do like it.
Glimmer refresher or whatever.
What I do like, because obviously the big nerf that was done to Winter Wyvern was, or one of the bigger nerfs was that now that she does her ultimate, everybody is invulnerable apart from the person that's getting attacked by teammates, but you can't attack yourself. So I actually don't think that that's too bad of an idea. You can just initiate the fight like that.
It's kind of like a ghetto Darkseer type thing. Like it's like a vacuum for the Sanking to come in and get a big initiation.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
cool.
and you can just time it properly, which you can now do very nicely because you have a stun bar.
There we go.
The stun bar.
The stun bar.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I watched it in action last night. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's great.
Actually Very useful.
Maybe that will make the Winter Wyvern even more useful now.
So they ban out the Naga, even though they have the Sand King and the Mirana and the Wyvern. So they still don't want to play against the Illusions when they have pretty much the best heroes in the game versus it.
No one wants to play against Naga. It's your last draft. You just don't want to...
You're playing against Alliance as well.
You're playing against Alliance.
You have a Lifestealer as well as your main core, I guess you could say. And,
oh, wow.
So
Kunkka. He's on a very interesting journey here in Dreamleague. Used to be first pick, then people stopped picking him, and...
He still has a really good win rate, but people just straight up stopped picking him when they saw that huge nerf, which I don't think was that massive, but it definitely hurt. And they go for
you can still do the X mark into Torrent, it just does less damage and stuff.
The Torrent does less damage, that was one of the nerfs. The boat, the RUM is only 40%, then 45%, then 50%.
What was the last pick?
It was a TA.
It was a TA for Alliance.
Sorry.
So.
Okay, cool. TA, any thoughts? Really
they have a lot of minus armor. They have great Roshan potential. Good heroes to farm all
you
over the place.
You can slow down. Navi is still restarting routers.
No, he looks like he's speaking fast.
Woo! I really need a lot of info about this TA. Please, now take your time.
Scared the crap out of me. Now the Wyvern actually looks almost even better because now they have the Death Ward, Slardar, TA. Those three are all their pretty much cores, their physical damage. So the freeze is actually going to be super useful when someone gets lassoed.
I don't think so, dude. The freeze is just making a nice popsicle for Pudge.
Freeze, Glimmer, Force Staff, and your person is safe.
Sure. No one is
safe. And then Refresher, do it again, and Lickens him, Lotus Orb him.
Then take on 5
and even better, if you now use your Winter's Curse, Slardar and TA are going to do loads of damage to whoever is getting Winter's Curse. Maybe Pudge is not going to die, but Witch Doctor is going to die. Bat Rider is going to die.
Witch Doctor is going to die a lot. I mean, he coming into this fight.
Okay, sorry guys, predictions. Yes, we have to choose.
What was Navi's mid lane?
Navi's mid laner is going to be the Mirana, most likely.
It was Mirana, right? So Mirana versus TA. TA does pretty well versus that, but Mirana does good too. So
I think I'm going from Navi. First game, they got the beginner's advantage.
Navi, General Sand King. That guy's a beast.
Oh, that's actually a good point.
Really want to go for Alliance, but I feel like the loser streak has to continue. Let's go on Navi! We want to lose them all today.
We're all in on Navi. Let's hear from our commentators. It is game 1 of El Clasico Original. It is Navi Alliance, OD Pixel, and Gods.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Asus ROG Dreamleague. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Gods, and we're ready to stay through El Clasico. Navi Alliance, Game 1, we've seen the drafts, and I think already from the picks, we know we're going to have a lot of fun here, Gods. I mean, Pudge, TA, what more could you want? I mean, an Alliance, the team bringing it out. When you look over to Navi, trying stuff out like the old school Wyvern that we saw obviously them in the past have a lot of success with. But as the panel was discussing the relevance now, do you feel it is a good pick? Can you see why Navi would do it, or do you doubt it a little?
I mean, they always have liked the hero. I was wondering, like the Winter Wyvern for Seniko is just like a classic kind of player hero combo. So I think from that perspective, they're really confident. In this game, Winter Wyvern's amazing against all the physical damage. Not so amazing against the Pudge hook, which is kind of set up by the Cold Embrace, but we'll see how it kind of fits into their draft for Navi. They're going to be looking to kind of fight around their team fights. They've got the Infest into like Sand King initiation combos for Alliance. It's all about like run at you, get a kill fast before Navi can react, because the burst damage from Slardar TA is pretty ridiculous. They've got great catch from Bat as well.
Oh, I love this already. They're looking to fight. Ditchera kind of walks into the beast in the mold, though. Takes the crush to the face, comes out with a rage, but they'll look for the chase down. Jonas and Fan body blocking Ditchera off. The cast bounce is going to be perfect as Lifestealer taken down in the first Pudge. And they're going to look to lose more. Seneko with 2 stacks of napalm on him. Alliance chase down for another.
No, you don't get that spell at level 1.
It's not going to do anything for Seneko here, as he'll go down as well. Alliance kick it off 2-0 with a perfect fight there in the jungle of Navi.
Well, that's a fast way to start the game off. Getting Cold Embrace level 1. Oh no, Seniko is going to be having regrets about his life. He perhaps, I hope he skilled that before to try and save his buddy. Because definitely he was a goner, and once you're dead, there's definitely no reason you want to skill it up and you're not going to save yourself. But that is not a good, useful spell to have at level 1. I mean, there's a bit of heal and sustain available from it. It is your lowest mana cost spell, but typically you want to have the harass potential from an Arctic Burn, and be able to do a bit more. But right now, we will see Alliance aggro lane. We saw this. We've seen this a lot from them in general. They really like
love
these
the
aggro
trial
lanes.
lanes.
Yeah,
they do.
they're going to be a sanking 1v1 match up top.
What's going on here? Hansken
Interesting.
hiding in the trees. Arstar and Snake are giving it some. Hansken's got backup. And Snake and Arstar know that they can't finish off a kill attempt on the Pudge. A little too beefy to burst through at this time.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure they blocked the pull camp since there was the double sentry there. They're trying to regain their pull camp on the side of Navi. But right now, it's going to be perhaps a pull around the 1 minute 15 mark. But yeah, with this aggro trial lane, they've got the good setup initiation from the cast, the follow-up from Loader. This is a very tough lane for Lifesteal to farm. He's only got 1 base armor, so he doesn't really want to be trading hits down bottom, because that's not an exchange he'll get the best of.
I mean, how much of a nightmare is this lane for Ditcherai? Has he got the support back up here with the Kunkka and Wyvern to deal with the aggression from Alliance, or is it a favoured lane for the side of the Swedes?
He doesn't. It's not good. It's Winter Wyvern, who's got a very long cooldown on Arctic Burn once you get it. The heal sustain is kind of nice. And then there's Kunkka, who torrents alright if it's a follow-up, but you don't really have a good setup. So yeah, they're just going to casually be using Cold Embrace to help heal up Ditcherai. I guess this is going to be the approach for this lane. Ditcherai just using Rage to get a last hit or two. Only gets one of the two anyways.
I mean, yeah, that is the thing. Even at that, just the state of the CS for Ditcherai is not there. Loader 7 for 2 compared to Ditcherai's 1 for 0 in those first few waves. That's not great news for the Lifestealer.
Yeah, all the lanes going well for Alliance by the looks of things here. They're chasing down Artstyle, but Hansken only level 1 still did not have the hook for a setup.
Let's wrap back round into the jungle. Yeah, that extra bit of XP desperately needed for Hansken to try and make these plays successful. One lane loader to come back in. And we'll continue the farm game on the Slark. The mid lane matchup at the moment, 12 for 4 on Limp. And actually the courier going down there.
Nice.
I'll
nice
take
recovery.
that. Yeah, absolutely. Taking this away from Dendi. As this mid lane certainly being won at the moment by Limp.
Yeah, Limp CS-wise having a great time against Muerta. Muerta just trying to arrow for the range creeps where possible.
We're going to see Navi try and turn around this a little bit, but Loader trying to get himself in position. The cast bounce is going to be once between the Kunkka and the Wyvern. They'll turn towards Snako. EGM being chased down. The open moves are out, but the Voodoo Restoration allowing EGM the time to juke this out, keep himself alive. They're not going to be able to kill him. A crash from Loader. Snako to fall. They'll turn towards Ditcherai, and they may even be able to get this one. The cast comes out. Loader looking to get in position for the second stun. It looks like a nice torrent will keep Ditcherai safe. He'll try and turn onto the slider, but he can't chase it down. Hansken with the hook, bringing Ditcherai back, and Ditcherai, cold embrace. It is there just in time for Snako to keep him alive. They look to try and find Hansken, gets brought back. Ditcherai salves up, moves back into the fight, and Navi will be able to claim a kill, but a bit of a bloodbath here on this bottom lane as it's all kicking off.
Yep. Heroes dying, couriers dying. Both teams lost their courier. So we didn't see the courier, but I'm guessing it was mid lane where TA then sniped Dendi's courier. But yeah, trading couriers, trading lives, bit of everything here, and we're just 4 minutes in. Loader's looking for more again, wanting Snako.
Snako trying to fly away. Hook's going to miss. Hansken not going to get it. Loader will force Ditcherai back. Ditcherai still not in the position he wants to be in terms of farm. 9 for 1, but at the same time, Loader 10 for 4, not that far ahead. Just with the amount of fighting that's going on down here, not either team's carry really having the chance to focus on farming.
Biggest discrepancy probably at the mid lane with the TA. A good 10 CS and 7 denies ahead of Dendi. Limp having a very good time in this 1v1 matchup, and it's a 1v1 matchup you're expected to win. One of TA's fortes is that laning stage advantage.
Dendi actually coming down here, maybe to see if they can set something up with the X marks, but some really nice positioning for Loader there as he stood right next to Dendi, making sure that the arrow follow-up wouldn't be there. So Dendi's time essentially wasted with the movement down towards the bottom lane. Looks like he'll just arrow one of the larger creeps to try and make his trip slightly worthwhile, but this is freeing up the lane more and more for Limp on that mid lane TA. The top lane at the moment, Jonas and Fan, 18 for 2 against 20 for 1. This definitely one of the closer lanes this game, as both teams are finding something from this top lane.
Yeah, TA is going to start stacking some ancients. Limp is just very, very farm right now. I'm curious to see if either of less likely we see a rotation from Bat or Sand King, but a rotation to their lane, because both these heroes have good kill potential. They just need a +1 to actually take advantage of it. So a hero like Pudge could rotate up top, a hero like Kunkka could rotate up top, and then you're looking at potential action up there as well. But for now, both teams very committed to this bottom try action.
No.
Top lane. General actually going to make a go onto Jonas and Fan with the epicenter, but the damage is going to be quite enough. Jonas and Fan falls low, but he's got the backup of Handscan. Now they just look to try and turn. General, he just had the 10 stick charges and a burrow stroke, so he can play his way out of this one. So unlikely they get the kill, especially with hooks like that. Handscan just a bit off with that. Maybe hoping for some kind of anticipation of a burrow strike into it, but isn't going to be the case. So Sand King does not find the kill there with the epicenter, but at the same time, Handscan rotation doesn't warrant a kill in return.
Yep. That's got his Tranquil Boots now, so should be able to heal up a little bit, but does still need to be fairly careful here. Did take advantage of the neutral camps in the neighborhood to kind of stay on par with the Sand King as far as farm and CS goes, but it is still a limp advantage in this mid lane. He's going straight into what looks to be a Midas. It could be, I guess, could be just some treads, but curious to see him pick up the Gloves of Haste just as a lone item. Not a bad game for a Midas by any means.
Interesting as well that Loda does decide to opt for the Tranquil Boots as well this game on the Slark.
Interesting. Yeah, that is not something you'd normally expect to see for a Slark, but again, the Ring of Protection is such a value item, getting that bonus armor. You get some decent regen out of the item. So yeah, he's kind of playing like a more utility offlane type Slark. We'll still see him likely go into that Blink Dagger, but much more looking to be the setup for Limp's TA this game than anything else.
Looking to General, but he has a burrow strike. Oh, out he goes. Jonas and Fan, of course, not quite with the lasso yet, so not enough control to deal with the SK. General able to continue to play elusive. So really, apart from that kind of first bit of action at the start, it started to calm down a little bit. Still the mid lane, very much favoured towards Limp's TA. 46 for 13 against the 30 for 5 with Dendi.
Yep.
Bottom lane, absolutely Ditchera's been able to catch up. You know, it slowed down for Loda quite a bit, and now Ditchera on par with the farm of this offlane.
Yeah, Ditchera having a good time. Goes aggressive here at bottom, but not quite able to get Loda. The cask is good, and EGM bails his buddy out.
Actually, top lane General went in aggressively there with the burrow strike, and Alliance will be punishing that one. You know, so Fan and Handscan are able to find a kill onto General, who up until this point have been having a pretty good time up there. Proving very hard for them to catch out. Yep. But a nice bit of play there from the duo, and they will take the kill.
Radiant's top tower is under
Loda back to base. EGM with D-Wall, keeping control of that area around the Roche pit.
Loda just going for all the small items. There's a Poor Man's Shield, there's an Iron Talon. He is truly mixing things up. We talked about versatility. This guy really summarizes that as far as carry players go. He can really change up his game from hero to hero, game to game. And happy to play a more selfless role for his team, but he will rotate now to the safe lane. Perhaps looking for another kill here. Doesn't have level 6 to the amp damage yet, though.
Oh, and I like this as well. You know, Handscan's come in, kind of baiting out the aggressive burrow strike.
Handscan might die. It's going to be close.
It is going to be close, and Loda actually unable to turn it. So in itself, quite, you know, obviously Handscan was looking for the bait. But it didn't really matter, because Loda at this stage just not have the damage, especially with this early game build that he's gone for. He just doesn't offer much at all in terms of right clicks, and still, of course, yet to put a point in the bash.
Yeah, so he'll swing back to the lane to look to try and keep on farming, but it's Navi making a move.
Oh, EGM. EGM. We need to talk. As he will be caught out indeed by the rotation from Navi, bringing themselves another kill on the board. And Navi's certainly starting to kind of even the game out after the start, where Alliance were skirmishing a little bit better. Up top, nice towards Artstar. They'll get a nice bump out with Flame Break from Jonas Fan into the lasso. There's the crush from Loda. And the Alliance will find themselves a support pick in return for losing EGM in that mid lane.
Yeah, it's that stage of the game where supports take some of the lanes to catch up on levels, get level 6, get some farm, and TA decides, I can get more farming my Ancients, and it's also a safer place to be farming. So Limp just trying to get a bit more defensive in nature with his farming, and will file up his little Ancient stack. And the support's going down, not the end of the world for them.
Up top, Dendi is going to head up and see if he can cut off Loda. He's going to go for the arrow. Is it going to hit? Ooh, it was awfully close, but not quite close enough. Loda will escape. Dendi's going to continue to chase. I mean, another Loda potentially hiding in the tree line, but looks like it's a little bit too deep for them to delve, Navi, as they won't go hunting behind the towers.
Yeah. It's actually going to be Jonas on the bat who gets the blink first for Alliance, and will be a blink rush, so definitely signaling they want to start taking the fights to Navi, perhaps pick that one up and then go look to smoke, find a catch, start taking some objectives. They do not want to sit around and wait, and TA could be rushing a blink as well. These blinks synergize very nicely with each other because it's a good insta follow-up for the Bat Rider, who does need damage inside the lasso to get those kills. He doesn't have the 4-star for some time after the blink, so you really need some good follow-up, and TA needs to have that gap close in the blink to do that.
Yeah, and there it is. So we'll see what Alliance can make happen with these items. This dual blink potential. Top lane being pushed in by Navi, working down onto the tier 1 top, and they're going to get it. General to take the gold into his bank, and he himself, 1700 gold on the way towards his blink. Down bottom, we saw Ditcherad just finish off the armlet. Loda headed back down there to look to try and contest farm for the time being. And we'll see what Alliance can make happen with these blink timings. I mean, who are you looking to try and go for? Do you think we could expect to see a smoke down to bottom? I mean, it looks like they are. Already the bat's down there. They want to do something about Ditcherad.
Yep, they've got good chains done with the follow-up from Lotus Slaughter. They're just going to find him in the trees here. Ditcherad is tucked away.
And he's with smart movements as well.
He seems wary of it. He sees no one farming top. It's a bit of a telltale sign when there's no one in the enemy safe lane farming, and there's a lane very close to their tower. It's a pretty safe position for Alliance to send someone to, so kind of gets the memo and gets out of bottom.
Mid lane, Alliance will look to continue to find something with the blink, and they will indeed as they catch out Artstyle. Bring back the Admiral and take him down. Eyes onto Ditcherad. Loda's there, not quite back up in the neighborhood close enough to get something done about that one. But General continues to get the space up top. He's being eyed up by Hansken, yet to hit level 6. One more creep or so would do it. Still a good hook, maybe enough to set this one up. He'll start to chase down General with the rock. Loda's in the neighborhood as well. General what's the play here. Look to aggressive, just borrow strike away. Increase the distance. Hansken, can he land the hook? That is the question. No, he's actually not going to go for it here. Actually being a little bit scared because Navi are coming back with some sort of rebuttal as they want to try and fight into this. Does come to helping Jonas and Fan. Eyes onto Artstyle. General has to get away. He's not going to do it because Limp flicked in onto the back lines. Takes down the Sand King. Looking towards Artstyle as well, but he's cold embraced up by Tsuneko. Jonas and Fan jumps forward. Winter's Curse from Tsuneko dropped down onto Limp, but it doesn't matter. He lives through it. Turns towards the Wyvern. Chases him down. Limp now on a killing spree. They have lost Hansken on the backside of the sword. Ditcherad's turned up with the armlet. Chopped through Loda, but Limp looking to clean up with the rest of Alliance. Ditcherad, the armlet, toggling his way out of this one, gets inside of Dendi. The stone comes through. They'll continue to chase this one. Limp, EGM, and Jonas and Fan. Dendi trying to get Ditcherad out of this engagement, but Dendi's down. Ditcherad, let's see what kind of place he can go with the toggling. Keeping himself alive. They do have the blinks to chase down. One more rage. That's what he's got. And jump in again. Ditcherad with the armlet toggle. He can do this. He's feeling fine, and Ditcherad is going to be hunted for.
Oh,
EGM's looking for it, but Ditcherad, they just can't kill him. The armlet toggles are too scary. Ditcherad's going to be fine. Alliance still with the team fight win, but just a little bit of frustration for them there as they are unable to kill the Lifestealer. Because of that pesky armlet.
Didn't get the Lifestealer, but still a very big win for them. TA getting kills. Limp starting to snowball out of control. With the amp damage, he's just so strong in these fights. All it took was SK to be amped up, and TA just finds the SK alone on the backlines. Brings him down very quickly in like 2 or 3 right clicks, and it's a stage where a TA can just really just destroy you if you're not careful. The slider doesn't even really need a blink to really enable this TA to function. The blink will make life easier, but even pre-blink dagger, you can play aggressive if you're Alliance. You've got the blink on bat, and that can suffice for now.
Absolutely. And of course with Alliance's lineup and the fact that they're so soon to be around the corner for Limp, with that and Amplify, they can enter to the Roche pit and they can make pretty short work of it. Dandy, eyeing up. Leaps away as Jonas and Fan tries to move in. As Navi actually grouped up at the moment, the full 5 of them sweeping through their own jungle. Looks like they do want to try and make a fight happen. They've got Epicenter and Winter's Curse available. So 2 big team fight tools to set up a potential good attack onto Alliance. Eyeing up the Roshan, they know that Alliance may look for it with the TA and the Slardar Amplify.
Yeah.
But it's not the case at the moment as Alliance. They look to be aware that something's going on with all the heroes off the map.
Yeah. Get down 2 wards around that Roche Pit area just to try and contest the future one, but all it takes for Alliance is a kill or 2 and suddenly it's a free Roche. You kill it so fast that Navi don't really have time to react, or not even a kill, just sending heroes to the top lane, pressure top, force a TP or 2 and suddenly you've got yourself Roche as well. So it will be a very difficult to play around for Roshan for Navi. But General has got the Infested Lifestealer inside of him, looking to get aggressive, perhaps before Alliance come to them. Going to beat them to the punch.
It just feels so far with these first kind of 15 minutes that Alliance are being much more careful in terms of how they get caught out, because Navi, you know, as they said, they do have this jump, they have this potential with a Lifestealer, but unable to find any kind of grab at the moment. As Alliance keeping themselves safe, keeping themselves behind Loader, ensuring that Loader still finds the good timing on the Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
As he did fall a little bit behind, as we saw, suffered a bit at the end of the kind of laning stage. Had a good start.
Well, and that's where Alliance have really slowed it down, because they're very close to 2 key items, the Blink on Slardar and the Desolator on TA. They're going to get huge burst damage potential out of these two items, and I think Navi will struggle tremendously to fight into them. So no doubt Alliance are probably just saying, why go fight now, even though we're feeling good, like we've had the start we want, when we're going to be this is our peak, really. We've hit the triple blinks, we've got Desolator, we can smoke, we can go Roche, we can go find a pick-off. As I say, I'd be surprised if they go straight into Roshan just because of how strong they are. You normally want to surprise your opponent first and then take an objective like Roshan or a tower after that.
Smoke onto the Moonlight here. Alliance, they're going to keep this one up here. Just a bad jump to get the lasso immediately on to the Wyvern. The Wyvern's out, but they have lost EGM with the Witch Doctor. 1-for-1 at the moment. X marks onto Limp, but he doesn't care. There's no follow-up. Still Navi on the sidelines, but General's going to get crushed. Loader jumps in. Flame break as well from Jonas and Fan. Ditchera looking to try and get a bit of a lockdown onto someone with the open wounds, but Limp blinking himself away. Alliance, they're ready to go back in on this one. The hook from Hansken isn't going to connect. Ditchera trying to head back towards the safety of the tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
So both teams just losing the supports for now. Snake to get himself back involved with a TP into this one. The arrow actually getting caught by kind of the side chop there from the Pudge. A little too fat for his own good, as his belly gets caught out by the spear. And Alliance will end up losing 2 at the end of that engagement. Navi to come out on top.
Navi just played very disciplined, very safe and cautiously. Once they lose the first hero, they trade the support, and then they're just kind of happy to sit back, wait for Alliance to overstay their welcome, and they punish it. So very good defensive play. That's not a fight or a timing where Navi are meant to really be able to easily fight into Alliance, but just by good positioning, not getting hooked, not getting bursted down by the Slardar TA, it worked out quite well for them.
And look at the tear out of it as well. Alliance unable to get themselves back in position for the defense. And Axe is now finished by Dendi off the back of that fight. Able to keep up, but still Limp very much in the powering position. 1300 on top of the Blink Deso. I mean, I imagine he does just go, for the BKB next? Is there anything else you could be thinking about? Hurricane Pike as such at this stage instead? Or?
The BKB rush just allows you to jump on the Sand King. Like, if you get an amp on Sand King, you can just take him outside the fight. Like, right now, if you have a BKB STA, you just blink in BKB, dead Sand King. 2 right clicks, maybe, is all you need with an amped up Sand King. But without the BKB, it's perhaps throwing away your life, so be very cautious about how you approach it. But this time around, I think Alliance say, well, last time we could have smoked and taken Roshan, we thought we had bigger plans and bigger goals, but this time, let's just take get ourselves an Aegis, because that's kind of the substitute to BKB, is putting an Aegis on Limp, allowing him to play aggressive. But here comes Navi.
Navi
in the neighborhood, but
are they going to do anything?
Not enough.
They don't have General in the neighborhood. They've got everyone apart from the Sand King, and that's not good enough with just 4 heroes. They're not going to attempt it. Alliance will take the Roche at Limp with the Aegis now as well. We've seen, obviously, in the first series of the day, Quakefer on the mid lane with some very, very strong performances. And it seems to be Day of the mid laners here in the second series. Limp absolutely sailing ahead on the TA. 11k net worth, clear mile or so ahead of Dendi at this stage.
Well, we'll see Navi's response to this one. They've just got the Ag Scepter on Dendi. This is at this stage when you're kind of in a slightly disadvantageous position because of the Aegis on the other side and just the strong burst damage potential from Alliance, you perhaps have to just use this to farm a bit faster, push out lanes.
Let's see how Navi can react to this one. They have lost their life stealer on the front of this one. He gets dragged back, taken down. That's going to be Djura out. Alliance looking to chase for more. The boat comes from Milestone. Trying to give him time to get out, but the hook's there. The cast is there for it as well as the Kunka is knocked to the ground. Zaneko trying to get out through the sidelines. He's going to hide. Is it going to be successful? EGM to pick up the double kill. Alliance take 3, and Navi getting nothing off the attempt of a push onto the mid lane tier 1 of Alliance.
Yeah, this is Navi just weren't quite on the same page, and it wasn't just that they were on the same page. Perhaps just a nice catch from Alliance as well. But Dendy's was, I think, making the right call, just going top alone, pushing the lanes. We'll get away from the Batrider's rotation, but the rest of the team getting caught mid while Dendy's off farming is just not something you can have happen if you're Navi. 1 kill turns quickly into 2 or 3, and so far, so good for Jonas on the Batrider, finding those initiations and pickoffs.
As Limp yet to spend any of that gold that he's picked up. Yeah, BKB indeed, as you mentioned. So just few hundred gold. Still very, very, very strong timings here for the TA this game. Limp very much with a top tier performance, 5-0-6 on the TA. Navi, they're going to try again for this push mid. A hook step from Hansken. And they've just lost their Marana. Dendy going down at the start of the fight. Not the way Navi want to start this. Jonas and Pan hitting the lasso onto Djura, dragging him right away from his teammate. The death ward's down from EGM. Djura's gone. There'll be a Winter's Curse onto Hanske, but he's going to be able to live through this one. The jump forward from Loda allowing them to get a 3rd kill. And again, at this stage, it really is all falling apart for Navi as Alliance, better execution, better team fight. They're in a much better place. And the synergy from Navi just doesn't seem to be there in this first game.
Yeah, it's not been quite the start they would have hoped for, and just fallen a bit flat here. Alliance doing a great job of just getting their items, getting their blink daggers up, then finding pickoffs, taking Roshan. Haven't taken too many towers or objectives, but Limp's looking to change that with his presence at this bottom lane, and not something Navi can easily respond to because of that Aegis he's got.
Easy tower for Limp. More money into his pocket. And it really is getting to the point, you know, Limp, with the position that he's in and the backup that his team provide, I wonder how Navi are going to be able to bring him down. And unless they catch him out on his own, it's going to be so hard to bring down the TA now at this stage with the refraction, with the BKB, and just the amount of damage that Limp does. He's going to kill you, you know, a good few seconds before you get the chance to kill him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's a big worry, concern. At this point, any item Limp gets is just cherry on the cake.
And Alliance, speedy Jonas and Fad going in with the lasso, any kill just to add to this lead that they've got, they'll be happy with. The Djura's going down the mid in the creep from the Ancient Black Dragon.
Be careful, they can blow that up with a TA.
They really can.
Limp is bottom, so.
Yeah, Loda's being a little hesitant about this. They're just allowing, I mean, look, yeah, Limp and EGM with this kind of push, it's going to be another tower falling to the hands of Alliance as Dendy continuing to try and make this push happen up
They're
top.
pinging out this Ancient creep. They want to go for it. But looks like it's going to scurry out of there.
And we're just seeing Navi trying to go for these kind of plays, but they just don't have the same amount of push that Alliance have with Limp's Detonator.
Yeah, they can't keep up at this stage. TA now another 2.5k gold already.
That's crazy.
Alliance have skyrocketed in terms of their advantage. About 10,000 net worth lead off of a very strong mid game. They've used these blinks very effectively, and something Navi just haven't really prepared for, or they just don't have an answer themselves. It's just like Navi's lineup just hasn't hit this item timing where they can do anything.
And Alliance, they want to fight. They jump in, the setup onto Dendy. Cold Embrace will be there for Zaneko. Limp pots the BKB, ready to try and turn a fight. To try with the range though, chasing down Limp. Alliance still topped up fully thanks to the Voodoo Restoration, but they've lost Lodi, got caught in the tree line. A nice arrow on TGM will get forced back. The hook from Hansken though, keeping him in what could be a potentially safer position. Navi will look to surround him. EGM tries for the TP out, he's not going to make it though. Forest Strike from General secures the second for Navi. And I mean, that Loda went in very aggressively, got himself caught in the tree line. The ping's actually going to be there for Loda saying, whoops, I shouldn't have been there, boys. As that did cost Alliance 2 kills. They'll still try and find something in return, though. Dragging back General into the hands of Limb. He'll burrow strike away. They'll continue to chase it. Arrow not going to catch with the Cold Embrace, keeping General alive. And Alliance may start to fall apart a little bit here. They'll look to try and get Limb back out. He's going to be fine. And they really can't afford to lose Limb here. Handscan. He's looking for the hook. No, he's actually not going to find it. It looked like he had it. That was incredibly close. Dendy just off the mark there. Bit of the reverse Dendy face to get himself away from that hook.
Just a few little misexecution plays coming out from Alliance, costing them a little bit of their lead. Loader's over aggression at top. The TA just couldn't get any kills. They lost the Aegis right as that fight broke out. It actually looked like a very poor fight for Alliance to be forcing when they're just about to lose their Aegis, and they didn't have any chance for Liv to try and utilize it. So Navi make a good call to recognize that, hey, Loader's gone too aggressive, let's punish this, and we don't have to worry about the Aegis. So from here for Navi, it's still going to be stall as much as you can, try and buy time to go into that super late game.
And Jonas and Fan, maybe seeing if you can get Dendy here. Dendy moving into lane, the creeps. They've got vision of him. In trouble. He's been jumped on. Lasso's there, bringing him back into the death ward. Papaya limp rips him to shards with the Deso. Crystallis combination. And Dendy down for 50 seconds. Navi still not quite able to pull themselves fully together as a team here. Alliance with the lead. Did show maybe a little bit of signs of slipping, but quick to come back and prove their strength. Limp with the Steedy as well. They're ready to push down mid, maybe get some damage as this tier 2 as the wave pushes in. At the same time, they might look to try and find a kill top. You've got both General and Teacher working on this top lane, and already Loda maybe looking to get himself in position to set something up with the backup of Handscan coming up here.
There you go.
I mean, he does jump in, but I say with the backup of Handscan coming there, it's not quite that close. There we have it. Just in time. The hook comes through. I mean, again, Loda playing very aggressive this game. And just have to be careful that he doesn't throw his life away.
It was Navi who had decent backup at that top lane, Sanking ready to counter-initiate, but still not finding the kill on Loda. Unable to find those key pickoffs is something that's going to have to change for them moving forward to turn this one around.
Smoke into Moonlight as Navi move forward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See if they can get anything here. They're going to lead straight into the jungle. What's going to be the plan? Jonas and Fan at the moment, the only one hanging around. It looks like Alliance aware that something's going on across the map as they keep themselves grouped up behind the tier 2. They will be okay. Loda's finished off his BKB, so he's going to be feeling a little safer when he goes for these aggressive sort of plays and pickoffs. And General did indeed have Tichara inside him then.
I think if you're Alliance, you're just gonna take this Roshan's respawn, you kill it very fast, very safely. Your lineup's very strong around the pit because of the Bat Rider, the Witch Doctor as well with the Cask, and Death Ward is a big threat, so there's no real danger of them going for Roshan, and off of this they can then look to make their next plays aggressively on the Navi side of the map, taking towers, smoking for pickoffs, look to D-Ward using the gem on the Bat Rider. And Navi, they're huddled this fight, but it's really too late to do all too much about this.
And I'm sure Alliance will be very happy to try and take a fight now. With Roshan down, Aegis into the hands of Limp.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, where we may have seen slip-ups on the rest of the members of the team, Limp, he certainly is yet to slip up. 707, Daedalus now complete.
Scary.
He gets his hands on someone, especially with the Amplifier from Loda down. A couple of hits and they're gone. Arrow will catch him out, but Dendy not in a position to jump forward with the backup. Navi not quite there. And boots travel on Jonas and Fan as well, so Loda can certainly afford to try and look for these plays. There's always going to be the backup at the bat if the creep wave's in the neighborhood. Yeah. Dichara continues, though. He's got his Desolator, so he himself can kick back quite a punch.
It's still like he, not in a 1v1 scenario, like a TA is going to wreck him, Slark can kind of wreck him. He needs his team to keep heroes locked down and protect him in these fights. There's more than plenty of stun on the Alliance side, 2 of which can pierce the BKB or the Rage with the Lasso as well as the Dismember.
Alliance sweeping around. Navi's Ancients making a beeline straight towards Archdale. They did spot him out with the TA trap.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he's already backing up. Top lane's being pushed back out by
Radiant's middle tower.
for the two, both General and Seneko. But they are going to have to come back soon because Alliance may be looking to start a bit of an attempt onto the high ground here, and they certainly are. Limp onto the tier 3. Navi's got to come out with an answer pretty soon, and they're going to have to deal with trying to take down Limp twice. They'll smoke up in an attempt to try and get themselves in a better position to jump on this. The fortification will force Alliance back. We'll see if Alliance feel confident enough to go back in for round 2 and continue to try and break the base of Navi.
Yeah, quite likely hoping for a pick off first before they try and just break their way through. The Fat Rider ideally the one to find that, and Navi's save is not the best for anyone who does get caught in that lasso. So something they have to be very respectful of.
Navi come right out from the side, and in fact they're going to be able to jump in. Good borrow strikes. They catch up both the bat and Handscan. Handscan litigates himself, but the both come through. Crashes into the Pudge. They've lost 2. Dichara gets a double kill. They're not done yet with the chase down onto EGM. Dichara wants a triple kill. He's going to get it. And Navi coming at the base with that smoke, getting in perfect position, ensuring that Dichara picks himself up a triple kill. And Alliance, I don't think they know what just hit them.
Ooh, yeah, you taking ages, you get
Look at the gold swing.
Roshan, yeah, you're that far ahead as they were, and you can't afford to give away kills like that. Navi just punished the first, and then suddenly one pick-off turns into 2 to 3. Falling like dominoes here, and Alliance need to play together. They need to find that good execution for these team fights.
And they're losing a tier 2 here potentially, but Loda jumps in. The follow-through will Limp. They're taken down the Conquer. Loda pops the BKB, starts to get himself out of there, but the Winter's Curse holding him in place. Limp, he takes down his own teammate. Loda to fall as the Winter's Curse from Seneko, causing havoc for Alliance. They do lose the Conquer, but making sure that that kill happens onto Loda, they'll take that any day. Alliance, they're not happy though. They want to make Navi pay that a little bit more. Jonas and Fan, eyes onto Seneko, brings him back into the Firefly. O'Connor embrace himself, but well, fire melts ice. And Alliance will find another, so starting to be a bit more back and forward, but Navi certainly showing us some good signs of life here.
Yeah, and they've still got that stolen gem, EGM's gem, on the hands of General Sanking, so that was a even bigger gold swing because of that. But the Alliance say, well, may have taken our gem, won a fight or 2 here or there, let's press forward a little bit and force some kind of response. They are marching down this, towards this top lane, to see if they can find a pick-off of some kind. Limp is...
I mean, Limp is still proven to be absolutely massive. His team may be falling around him in some of these engagements, but he is just... He really is playing perfect Dota.
It's tough though, because he's going to start worrying, like, what's the end game for his TA? Like, he can insta-kill like anyone almost. With an amp damage, he's absolutely huge, but TA is not the easiest hero to push high ground with, to take racks with, to teamfight with, just because of her very single target, focus fire, burst damage oriented way of playing the hero.
I mean, nice shadow now from Navi. They'll move out the base, see what they can do about this. Limp, more money in the pocket as he takes the tower. The jumping's going to be there, but Limp immediately reacting with a blink out. Not going to be caught out by General Sanking play. Water's down, but still. Moonlight will now wear off. Now the return play. They'll jump in onto Dendi, but Dendi actually X-Mark back nicely into the corner break for the hooks there from Handscan. Loda comes with a critical. Loda actually getting ripped pretty low by Dichara. Dichara's got a back though, because Lim hot on his trail with the mail strike is close. Not quite close enough. Dichara survives, but they do end up losing Dendi as Handscan indeed with that nice hook there to ensure that they find something from that one. Yep. He may have been missing the hooks earlier, but thanks to the cold embrace from Seneko, it's just a little bit easier now.
Alliance doing a good job of trying to push these Aegis to the end before they go for the push or the fight, but that one they cut a bit too close. Meant that TA couldn't really go in for round 2 afterwards, but they're looking to reset things now as they still grouped up around this middle lane, but I imagine...
Backing up again though, Alliance.
I mean, their late game is really potent too. I don't feel like they're entirely locked into this mid-game victory win condition. The lifesteal is not going to scale well against the physical damage. There is annoying heroes in the supporting cast. The Winter Wyvern, the Ghost Ship with from the Kunkka, Sanking with his kind capabilities. There's a lot of great mobility on Navi's side, which is where their lamp does stay strong in the late game, but DPS-wise, they're still going to struggle.
Navi very much keeping themselves close to the base. trying to work out the situation. And I realise now that Alliance indeed are backing away, giving them a bit of space. But indeed, a lot of catching up to do for the cause of Navi in comparison to the TA. They need to find fights. They need to find kills to close that sort of a gap at this stage of the game. Oh. And the thing is, it's Alliance that are hunting Navi at the moment, much more so than Navi hunting Alliance. And
any kind of plays they're going to make has got to be on heroes they're fairly, almost certainly confident of them being alone. Any fight where they're going into the 5 Alliance members is unlikely to end well for them, so Alliance will just prioritize some dewarding and map vision for now, as they do head towards top to look for that exchange.
Shadows, take us.
They are going to go out. Navi to leave the base towards the mid lane. Could be a good fight at the moment. Handscan is around, but you look towards the top. They don't have Loader or EGM in the neighborhood.
Arrow perhaps revealing their position a bit there, but they had to go for it to try and find a catch and get some intel.
I mean, pings onto the Roche pit. What kind of timing are we seeing on the Roshan? It's not yet revealed. So Sneko gets down a wall, but with a TI trap there, Navi will know. Sorry, Alliance will know. The vision is down for Navi around the Roche pit. Alliance, what's the play? Well, they draw the line around this area. Yeah, immediately just dewarding the ward that they just saw placed by Sneko.
Yep. Keeping Navi in the dark, not letting them know what's really going on in the map. Even more so important because of that Roche respawn coming up in under a minute. Not that the teams know exactly when it'll be. They know it's sometime in the next 3 minutes. A bit shorter than the regular respawn, but well, than the average one. And Navi, man, this TA is just going to be a big problem for them to deal with. The net worth growth on Limp is continuing to excel, but again, it goes back to the problem that TA does have in the mid to late game, is that getting kited, getting controlled, and something Limp is going to be very wary of. He needs to fight around the disables on his team. The Pudge Dismember, the Slider Crushes, the Cask, the Lasso. Can't just go in alone and expect to be able to get kills when there's mobility options aplenty for the Navi side.
And he's got to be careful how close he stands next to his teammates. I mean, if Sneko lands a Winter's Curse, pulling Limp into one of his fellow Swedes, they're going to lose a hero. Now eyes onto Limp. Try and jump in, but Jonas found with the response, comes in with the lasso onto General, and Limp rips one apart. Going to the cross, a beautiful cast bouncing the Death Ward from EGM, and the third down on Navi. EGM pays with his life, but they've lost 3 Navi. Make that 4 by the looks of it, as Ditchera indeed will get chopped down by the damage of Limp. There'll be a buyback from Sneko, but Limp at this stage, it really is out of hand for Navi. And pop the fortification. They do have buybacks on Ditchera and General, but we'll see if they do hold on to them, maybe just stack a lane at this stage. It's not great news for Navi. And it was great play from Alliance. And in fact, they jump in onto Dendy, just holding him back. Loader making sure Limp has the space to finish off the Rex in the mid lane. And they'll get it. The question is if they want to go for more. They're going to play it safe. The ping's out onto Roche. It's back up. Alliance looking to keep themselves perfectly composed. Navi unable to punish the push, and unlikely to punish the Roshan. I mean, they've got to get themselves over there quick, but still 15 seconds without Ditchera. And the damage that Alliance do, this is going to fall well before Navi can even think about contesting.
There is nothing Navi can do to stop this, and this time it's Cheese and Aegis. Alliance being very disciplined with the way they're pushing and fighting, giving very few openings to Navi, and the Cheese and Aegis will take away a lot of those potential fights that you could consider if you're Navi, now that you've got to deal with these. Cheese is just going to be left on the courier for now. TA is 6 slotted, so
yeah, TA is
no
off
room.
The charts.
Yeah, no room for this Aegis crap or this cheese crap. No. TA going already for the consumed Moonshard, among other items.
Yeah. As I said earlier, you think Koifa's performance was pretty incredible. I mean, Limps is certainly up there. I guess he was watching and was like, wow, I'm going to make sure I can stand up to the level that Koifa performed at. And he certainly is doing that, maybe even increasing on that, considering the tempo of the game. The fact that Limp is nearly double net worth of Dendi at this stage. I mean, he's pretty much the same or even more so than Dendi and Detroit added together at this point.
Yeah, he's had to play a bit more solo than perhaps what we saw last game, so that's very much a byproduct of the draft coming out from Alliance. Very pick-off and kind of solo play oriented with some of these heroes. I mean, you need a ganking partner often, but it's not like you're looking to 5-man so much as Alliance until you have an Aegis and Cheese and you can push high ground, which may be something they look to do in the next couple of minutes in this bottom lane. They've got this 4-minute window now with the Aegis Cheese, so considerations towards this bottom lane have to be going through Alliance's heads right now.
I wonder what Loader picks up next. He's saving up the money. I guess he's going to be in AC.
AC is decent. There's the Heart option, which is good against all the magic damage nukes from Sand King and Mirana. Not great against Lifestealer, but I don't think you're afraid of Lifestealer right now. You've got such great physical burst damage for him. I think you could still get a Heart even though you're versing a Lifestealer. But yeah, AC is always a reliable, trusty item.
And EGM, he's ready to join the party even more. Aghanim's done on Witch Doctor. I mean, we did see Navi kind of scrape through a couple of fights in the mid game, but now as the game goes on, it's very hard to see how they can come back into this one. Then he jumps forward, immediately having to leap away from Limp. The General comes in, good initiate by Hansken, wants the grab back, a little bit of a glitch out there, looked kind of weird. Loader came with the crush off the backside of the three of them. Deathball is struck down by EGM, the Winter Skirts from Snakeo to stop him. They've lost Dendi, Loader falling low, there'll be a bite back from Dendi. Loader's got to get himself out of this, but Lim, he's looking to work through one, he's looking to work through two, but the good epicenter comes in, oh, General! He's just done it, I think. He's taken down two. The Aegis have been popped, and Navi looking to Jace for more, there'll be a buyback from Lim. Loader now, that's not your base, son. Limp, he has come back into this one. General will be taken down. Limp is not happy. Yep. He is a very angry TA.
He did fight back. He needs to be careful not to die a second time here. Wouldn't be the end of the world for Alliance. They're still ahead, but he does continue on this round.
If they lose him now, Lodi comes in with a crush, and he is in the midst of it all. Hands coming to dismember, holding him in place, allowing Limp to get the damage down to Teacher. General, he's looking to be in trouble as well. The Moonlight comes out. They've got him in position. Limp looking to set them out, but the Blink out with their Hanskin tries for the hook, then he comes back in with the Starstorm and Hanskin. I think he goes down here, one more touch and he's out. Last one for Jonas about drags Dendi in the General. Again with the bonus up, but they need more Navi. They just haven't got the numbers to fight this. Dendi able to keep himself alive, the Ghost Scepter to leap out. The boat comes through, onto Loader pops the BKB. Limp jumps in, Limp, he's playing around, he's playing with fire here though. He cannot afford to go down. The BKB, the attempt to TP out, and you'll make it. There's nothing to go for it to hold him back. The different things for Loader though, as he gets caught out by General's Boris, so they've lost Slark. But Alliance were able to finish off that second set of racks. So both mid lane and bottom lane down. But Alliance making some very ballsy plays here. Navi able to get a little bit out of it, but still very much on the back foot as Limp not looking to lose that top spot. He did commit the buyback, but he still manages to do a lot of damage to Navi.
Yeah, those 3 buybacks from the Radiant side, only the TA buying back. So you look at the overall kind of net sum loss and gain there for the two teams, it's heavily favoring Alliance. They got wrecked, they only used 1 buyback for 3. Yeah, it's your main carry in DPS, so it's an expensive buyback and a buyback you have to be careful of because you don't want to lose TA now and have like a 2-minute death timer on her where Navi can make a lot of plays, but ultimately the buyback, well worth it. Navi get crushed in the team fight. They lose their racks, and Alliance perhaps good to go with maybe next Roshan, maybe even before then. They've got such a strategic advantage because of 4 racks and 2 lanes being down.
I mean, yeah, as you say, it's a fantastic position for Alliance to be in. But there is always that little piece, you know, that little chance that if Navi can kill Lim whilst his buyback's on cooldown, they could get stuff done, but it's a big if, and it's a big challenge. And the way Alliance have been playing, very unlikely that they allow Limp to be caught out.
Yeah,
but it's maybe kind of the dream that Navi are holding on to. They're smoking, they know it. If they can kill Lim,
Alliance
they might just be able to do it.
Support him in the scan.
This could be the end of the game though for Navi if they lose this fight. Lim's going to jump in, take out the wife, and the BKB goes towards Detroit. Therefore down for EGM, pounding into them on the high ground. Loader comes in with a crush onto Arsenal. Lim takes down a second. You ain't killing this TA, boys and girls. Triple kill for Limp, and GG is called. Navi with the final ditch attempt there with the smoke up to attempt to knock that TA out, but Limp you're just not doing it. You're just not taking down Limp. No stopping him this game as he comes out with an absolutely stellar performance. And Alliance